as we see Christian Menzel trying pretty hard lap 4. Yui Tan from Singapore, who you mentioned earlier, who raced against the Jumbo 747, is another one of the two 25-year-old young guns, he and Danny, and they certainly keep people awake at night.
So currently we've got Craig Baird leading things with the 226 with Christian Menzel, Danny Watts and Darren O'Young. So it's a very tight at this opening portion of the practice session with Alain Lee, Delanta Malagamua and it's so slow now. The Formula 1 cars seem to almost straight line it, taking a bit of bump on the left, right, then left, slowly. But these cars, is there any sort of option for them to improve the setup to once they come back with feedback and use practice and say, I'd like to do this,
which is quite critical actually in terms of the way the weight is balanced front and rear. That makes a lot of difference. I mean, the Porsche, this is the 911, it's called the 997, these will be recognized. It's the classic which Danny was the 1200 kilograms, which the car weighs, about 800 of it is on the rear axle, and that's why the yellow flag, we just saw some debris on the track there.
That's looking from someone's car, so they have to pay attention to that. The 911, as many people may not understand, is a rear engine car. The engine sits over the rear axle, which of course changes the characteristic. And I was once told if you ever wanted to buy a Porsche, buy a Boxster first, because it's a mid-engine car, very easy to drive within the genre of that sort of car. But this one takes a bit more skill.
Every kind of car has a different feel, and actually, I've been driving these cars now for so long, and we see Christian Menzel's in the pits. Try something else. You were asking about adjustments. I suspect that's what they want to do. Is try something a little bit different, so they can end this 30-minute session with some good information before qualifying tomorrow. I think the Porsche actually, once you get used to it, gives you so much more information because there is that weight moving around on your backside, basically. To me, it's not speaking to me enough. So I'm certainly a Porsche lover.
Well, SC Global certainly be very happy because Danny Watts has just set the fastest lap at 2:25.766. In terms of the times coming down during this course of this practice session, now, obviously you don't want to damage the car, but you mentioned these guys are on it. How indicative is
well,
and may I add another caution, will it change because it's going to be held during the day when track temperatures earlier during the day when the sun was up was 37, come up to 43, especially just after noon, and that's really hot, and that surely does change things. There's going to have to make some allowance for this.
The only allowance they're going to need to make really is in the tyre pressure, because of course pressure is related to temperature, and the perfect tyre pressure approximately, this is Danny Watts going over the Anderson Bridge and braking hard, as we said earlier, down to second, up to 200 kilometers an hour. 2 bar of tyre pressure when hot, so when you're cold, depending